Guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do another update video for you guys where I'm going to run through some of these different platforms that I'm in or that I've been talking about here on my channel. Of course, it goes without saying that everything I talk about on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. You should never take it as financial advice. It's important that you do your own research and your own due diligence. And if you're okay with risk, because let's be real, everything on my channel is super risky. Only if you're okay with the risk, then you should only should you put in risk capital. Okay. So that being said, let's jump right into it, guys. I'm going to just kind of rapid fire machine gun through these things. I'm not even going to log into the back office. I know some of you guys like that sort of stuff. We'll be doing that obviously moving forward. I've done a bunch of those. I think you guys have seen my back office in some of these platforms already. But I do want to get to a couple of different things here. So let's just jump right into it, guys. Elephant in the room, obviously, drip, price of drip right now at $21.63. It's gone through quite a correction over the last day or two. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. You know, a lot of people were saying that reason why people were selling off a ton of drip was because of the pulse chain sacrifice. People were looking to get in because that, you know, obviously the pulse chain sacrifice is over. People tend to wait till the last minute. And as the pulse chain sacrifice was coming to an end, people were selling off their drip to get into the pulse chain sacrifice. That could be true. I don't know. Obviously, can't verify that. But that was one theory that I was, thinking about. That being said, I mean, if you believe in this platform, and this is just another correction. When it was at $7.50, it went all the way down to almost $3. It was kind of down at around $3 for a couple of days, right? Now I don't know what's going to happen here, if this is the floor, if it's going to bounce back up, if it's going to continue to go down. But you're essentially seeing this thing on sale. You know, a lot of people, when it was going through that run, when it hit $30 and $40 and then 50 and 60 at the very beginning, when there was a lot of hype, and there's still a ton of hype on this platform, just so you know. People were wondering if there was going to be a good entry point, right? They were hoping that it would pull back. And now that they have this opportunity that it's pulled back, this might be a good buying time, right? Again, I don't know. I'm not going to spend your money, but people were wishing that they got in when it was at $3. They look at this opportunity now. It's everybody always says buy the dip, right? And so right now we're going through a little bit of a dip. We'll see what happens here. But that being said, the faucet is working, everything is working fine. As you can see here, we're doing quite well with it. So yeah, just wanted to give you my thoughts on that. Some of you guys might be in a little bit of a panic that the price is dipping, but it is what it is, man. This is crypto. This is how it goes. It goes up, it goes down. You got to be able to ride those waves. And it goes, if and when it goes back up, people who had diamond hands and were buying in at this price point are going to look like geniuses, right? That being said, the flip side of it is if it continues to go down, people who, again, there's different opportunities. There's people that'll continue to buy, dollar cost average buy as it goes down until there's a floor that's reached. But we'll see what happens. I'm still, doing my thing with it. I'm not really worried about it. They are going to be partnering up with this particular farm. This farm here, I believe they pushed back their launch. Let me see here. I think they pushed back their launch. Let me see. I should have some, here it is. It says here they postponed their launch until August 10th. So this will probably launch next week. They're doing a bunch of audits, checking out the contract. Again, if you're not familiar with farming, if you don't know how to farm, then simply stay out of this, right? Continue doing what you're doing with drip. Last time they partnered with a farm, the price did go up. So we'll see what happens if it has that same effect. But again, if you're not familiar with farming, don't even get into this because, people who don't know how to farm, they get into this, then they get hit with impermanent loss and they're in panic mode. If you do want to get into this, the safest way to do it with this farm or any farm, okay, even though you probably won't get biggest APY is to just get into the single token pools, right? You could put USDT or BUSD in here. You'll be able to farm the stable token, and if and when you want to pull out, you simply unstake your tokens. And regardless of what's going on with the stable token, if the price is dumping, I don't know what it's going to do. It might pump, it might dump, who knows? But if the price is dumping, you can just unstake your USDT or your BUSD or whatever pool you're in the single token pools, and unstake that your funds go back into your wallet. And if you have a bunch of these stable tokens that have lost their value, you didn't lose what you put in, right? That's my point that I'm trying to tell you. So again, if you know how to farm, then this is coming. If you don't, you can watch by the sidelines, continue doing what you're doing with Drip. Here, if you click on this Learn More button right here, you can actually download the PDF. I'm not going to go through it here on this video. You can check it out for yourself, but you can see the different features of what's going on with this farm. Okay. Ape Swap. What was I going to talk about on Ape Swap? I don't even remember why I had this pulled up. Oh, some of you guys have been asking for some BSC farms. This one here, I'm still in. You can see here on some of these newer farms that they launched, newer pools that they launched. It's pretty aggressive. Almost 1.9% a day. So if you're into BSC farms and you're looking for something like that, this one here is definitely worth looking at. They've been around for a while. You guys know HSwap. I've talked about this extensively in the past, but some of you guys have been looking for some BSC farms to get into that have, at least a 1% or higher payout daily. They just launched these new pools, so you can check this out. Pancake Swap still doing its thing. Earn passive income with crypto. As you can see here, the price of cake looking pretty good. It's been slowly and steadily increasing over the last couple of days. That's pretty awesome. Congrats to you guys that have been holding on to cake with those diamond hands. I think it'll pay off, because I think this is definitely an undervalued token. But we'll see what happens. Speaking of undervalued tokens or tokens that are dipping in price, you can see here UME is at $2.93, down from last week where it was at around what was it, $6, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. I got to double check. But over the last couple of days, this thing dipped all the way down to about $2, and I think $2.30, $2.40. Now it's just climbing its way back up to $3. I mean, if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see the trend or the pattern is every time they launch an IDO, the price of UME pumps, right? Why? Because people need UME to get into these different IDOs. A lot of people jumped into the last IDO. By the way, those farms that have Lori are doing about 900% APY, so they're still doing good. But again, every time there's a new IDO, price of UME pumps, right? So every now and then they're going to be they do IDOs. I don't know what the frequency is. They do them every other month or every 2 months. I'm not exactly sure. But sure enough, there will be another IDO. So people that are getting UME at this price point, if and when it pumps during the next IDO announcement, it might go to, five. Last couple of times it went to $5, $6, right? Let's say it goes up to about $5 or $6, and you're getting it at $3. It's just an arbitrage opportunity. Those of you guys that have a long-term outlook for this, just keep farming. Like I'm still farming heavily. Got about 6 figures in here farming UME. And again, this is a long-term outlook. This is not a quick get in, get out, in this week, out next week type of deals. Nothing wrong with those deals. I'm in a couple of those deals. But this one here is more of a long-term play. And the longer you hold this, the longer you farm, the better it is. We've talked about that in detail in the past. Pulse chain, quick update. Obviously, the sacrifice phase is over. If you didn't get into the sacrifice phase, all is not lost. When this thing launches, you can ECA into it. A lot of times when something like this launches, there's a bit of a pump, and then people lock in their profits and start selling off at the top, which is a smart thing to do, right? And then it starts to dump a little bit. That's your opportunity if you missed the sacrifice phase, or if you just want to just, put more funds into it, when it starts declining in price, you start DCAing into it, right? Because that's what happened with Hex, right? It went a little bit of a pump and then it dumped. And then it just goes up and down, and then over the long haul, it's done incredible, right? And I don't know what this is going to do if it's going to do the same as Hex. But they did $13 billion during the sacrifice. So, I mean, that's a major, major deal. So we'll see what happens here. We're definitely heavily into this. So we're keeping an eye on this. But yeah, all is not lost if you missed the sacrifice phase. Just keep an eye on it. If you see buying opportunities when it's, uh, a little bit after the launch, that's your opportunity to get in. I have quite a bit that I've sacrificed, but I'm also gonna be looking at that also. If I see opportunities, I'm gonna get in. I mean, every time there's opportunities in crypto, I like to jump in. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But we've done quite well, looking for these different opportunities. When everybody's going one way, we go the other way, and it's working so far. So moving on. Crypto Future, they did their event launch in Dubai. From what I understand, it was a success. The payouts have been great. They paid out 2% on Monday. The passive payout yesterday, it did 1.10%. We haven't gotten our passive payout today yet, but we'll see what happens with the passive payout. Everything's working great. As you can see, the withdrawals come through pretty quickly. Yeah, no complaints whatsoever with Crypto Future. If you want to get in on this, they just did their official launch, so it might be good timing. Daisy, this one here, the preferred customer round obviously ended a couple of days ago. So if you bought into that round, then you're wondering what's next. What's next is they do have one more round, and then towards the middle to the end of this month, they are going to list it on Uniswap and then PancakeSwap and then 5 different exchanges. And then shortly thereafter, the staking platform will go live, and then you can take your tokens and stake them. This won't dump, from what I understand, because of the vesting feature, which is fine by me because I'm looking to stake my tokens anyway. I'm looking to create another passive income stream. So we'll see what happens. Okay, the price that they're listing it at will be $5 when it goes on Uniswap. Obviously, we'll see what happens with the price there, but because people can't just sell off their whole bag, that theoretically will prevent any type of dump. Of course, it'll come down a little bit, but a major dump because of the vesting feature, I don't think they'll be able to do that. And the owners themselves have completely locked their tokens for, I believe, 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. They can't do anything with their tokens other than do what everybody else is doing, which is staking them. So yeah, this will, as we get closer to the launch of the staking platform, we'll talk about this a little bit more. Just wanted to give a quick little update for you guys that bought in during the last round and are wondering what's next. Torus protocol, again, another quick update. They did make live this button right here where you could sell Wirecoin. I'm not sure if it works though. I did try to sell off some Wirecoin, and I'm not even sure if it went through. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure if it went through. I had to double check and try to find out. When I click on sell coin history, it says your sell coin transaction. If I click on that, it shows here that it was a success. And then receive BNB. When I click here, it takes me to this unexpected error. So I got to double check this and find out, do a little digging myself. I'm not sure if it went through or not. So that being said, like as I've mentioned in other videos, until this thing is working seamlessly and I could sell my Wirecoin, I'm just going to keep a loose eye on it. I mean, they're doing their thing. They're continuing to do their daily webinars and their opportunity meetings and so forth and so on. But again, I want to make sure everything is working really, really well. So that brings us a nice segue to Elevate Pass. This one here just launched, what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago? This is the 3rd day. So it launched 2 days ago. As you can see here, they have sold 8,600 packs. Those are $10 packs. 1,538 people have created accounts. 567 of them have actually made a deposit and bought these packs. So that's not bad considering it's only been 2 days. And there was a bug with their site early on, right? People were creating their site, their account, they were signing up. However, they weren't getting their confirmation email, right? You need your confirmation email to log in. So the devs on the back end, and I'm just kind of giving you the timeline of what happened on their Telegram and what they were saying. And the owner actually reached out to me. He told me what was happening, but there was something going on with their email client, that the emails weren't going through. So they turned it off on their end. So people, even though they didn't confirm, or they weren't given the ability to confirm their email, if they just waited about 10 minutes, they'd be able to sign in without confirming their email. And in fact, that's what happened, right? Because I created my account when it launched. I couldn't sign in either because I wasn't getting the confirmation email, but they told me to wait 10 minutes. I waited, then I logged in and I was able to get in, buy my packs, and everything's been working pretty smoothly. Now, I think there's a couple of people still having some issues with some of their emails and they can't log in. But from what I understand, early this morning, because I just watched their stream, they did a live stream early this morning, like at 6 a.m. I didn't watch it live, I watched the replay. But they do their streams at different times to accommodate people's different time zones around the world. They said that they have resolved that issue and everybody should be fine. So other update with this is the first passive payout will be on Wednesday, next Wednesday, right? Because the passive payouts, they do their passive payouts every week. Of course, you can withdraw every day, but the passive payouts, they get paid out every single week, obviously because they're trading with the funds that they're receiving for the packs. They are trading with that. They have said that they are going to be as transparent as possible. They're going to reveal their trading results, their trading process. Once they do that, that should be interesting. But again, this is more of a conservative, long-term play, right? Like I have people, whenever I put out like an ROI DAP or something like that, that's paying out 10% a day or 15% a day or something like that, people give me messages saying, this is not going to last. It's paying too much. Then I put something like this out that's paying out, up to 3% a week, which is up to 12% a month. And I get the same, people messaging me saying, oh, it's too small, it's too little, 10% a month. It's gonna, it's gonna take it's not paying out enough, right? So you're never gonna please everybody, right? What I have is a bunch of different things in my portfolio. Some are, towards that hype, right? That HYP region, right? Sometimes I'll promote something that is paying out 3% a day, 5% a day, 10%, whatever, right? Then I'll have something like this. I have a lot of diversification in different platforms that I'm in. So, this one here, for people that like this sort of thing that has the potential for long term, because again, a couple of reasons why I think this is going to be long term. Number one, payouts pretty conservative, right? 12% a month, up to, right? And also the affiliate plan isn't paying out a ton also, right? There's no binary structure or anything like that. Nothing against that, right? I like, platforms that have binaries and things of that nature. It's good for the team builders. But this one doesn't really have that. There is a matrix. It pays out 1.8%. But again, it doesn't, I think most of the funds that they're going to be taking in is going to be being directed into trading. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, I'll post a replay of that live stream later on. But this one here for the first 2 days, pretty awesome results considering that there was that email bug, but I believe it's working fine right now. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So the compound calculator, the ad portal isn't live just yet. It's going to go, those things are going to go live when this thing launches. Again, it's the pre-launch. So it's technically not even the launch. It's the pre-launch. They're 2 days into the pre-launch, AKA the beta phase, where there's going to be bugs. There's going to be a couple things that they have to, work through. Then when everything is working great, they're going to do their official launch, I believe, in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, guys, everybody wants to get in early on a platform, right? They want to get in before anyone. They want to get in when it's brand spanking new, but then they don't want to really deal with some of these bugs, right? If you want something that doesn't have a ton of bugs, not that I'm making excuses for bugs, right? Because I wish there was no bugs either. But the key is don't get into a platform when it's new. Because a lot of times when a platform is 0 days old, 1 day old, right? 2 days old, there are going to be, little things here, little things there that they have to work through. But then they fix it and then everything works fine, moving forward. So again, I'm giving this thing a chance. I've made a couple deposits already. Once we get our first passive payouts, I'll be doing an actual review. That way I can give you some real numbers on passive payouts. So I'll be doing that review probably next week. And yeah, we'll be doing updates as we move forward. So that being said, I know tons of info. I haven't really done an update in a couple of days, but yeah, just wanted to let you know that these platforms are doing what they're supposed to be doing for the most part. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So we'll keep an eye on some of these things, keep you updated. Again, follow me on Telegram. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. And yeah, do your own research, guys. Only put in what you can afford to lose. Oh yeah, the one other thing too is, again, I'll put my new buddy address down below. Once this account maxes out, then it's going to be maxed out, right? You want to continue to work with me on this project and you want to get airdrops, make sure you create an account on the new buddy address I'm going to leave down below. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.